Today we're going to discuss how to use these units. This general AC unit you'll see in pretty much every Japanese home or apartment. It does AC, heat, and dehumidifier or dry mode depending on your AC. In between each season, which we're at now, you should really try to clean it. A simple clean that I'm going to teach you. And then once a week or once every other week, you can do the basic clean, and I'll show you that too. So let's get started, and we're going to show you how to start cleaning this unit specifically. Each one will be a little bit different. This one's probably one of the harder ones to clean because it's got the robot cleaning feature in it, and I'll show you that feature in a little while too. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you've got all of your tools and materials set. So you need a towel, a plastic bag, and I'll show you where to use that in a little while, some tape. Disposable chopsticks are the best to use. They make two types. This one's the split type, and they make another one that isn't split. The split type's a little bit better. These will work also. Rubber bands, paper towels, and a cleaning spray. These cleaning sprays you can get at any home store or you can get them on Amazon. Many different makers for them, and they've come with different type of deodorizing and smells. So just make sure you have this ready. And you need your remote. Once you got all this set out, then you can start your next process. We'll go from that now. So the first thing you want to do is unplug the unit. Always unplug it. These louvers, if you just grab them, you can easily open them up. Just be careful, don't force them open. Just slowly open them up. And then you want to open the front of the unit. So it's usually connected on both sides and in the center of a little clip. Again, not something you want to force. Just open it up slightly. And then what makes this one different is the cleaning feature in it. So you remove this one, like so. And then you can remove your filters. You can see these filters are clean. This is still a fairly new AC unit. This one has clips. Most of them just slide right out. You want to take out both of these. You set them down. You do the same with this one. Take it out. So while these are out, before we get ready to clean those, we'll go back to that plastic bag that we had. What I like to do is I'll take the plastic bag and I'll put it near my louvers. And that's where the tape comes into play. You want to take this thing into place so it'll hold it. Just, all it does, this is doing, is just making the cleanup at the end a little bit easier for you. Scotch tape, masking tape, any tape. You want to make sure you can have it there. Then we go back to our spray. Got the spray. Shake it up. And you want to spray inside along these vents. Like that. You want to do the whole unit. I'm not going to do this one because it's clean and stuff like that. But what will wind up happening is that spray is going to come through and it's going to into your louvers and it's going to start dripping down into here. That's where the bag is going to stop all of that. While that's going on, you can take your rag and clean up plastic, the covers. You'll get some build up in here that you want to get off. Some will have this extra filter. You take this filter off and clean it also. You can also replace these. Most of the ones that you'll see around don't have those stuff. We got that cleaned. We're going to let it run and drain through. It's going to drain into the bag. Once all your draining is done, or while it's actually doing this, we're going to go to the next step, which is cleaning the filters. Filters, we're going to take them to the sink and clean them there. So let's go over there and do that. So we've got the filter, we're at our sink. We use warm water. You don't use soap or anything like that. And you're just going to wash off any lint or anything that you'll have on this filter. You can use a sponge, a rag, or even an extra toothbrush. If you got a toothbrush, you can scrub it out. Don't put a lot of pressure. You don't want to tear this. Once you're done with all of that, you'll take these, tap them out, and then set them aside. You don't want to put them up in the AC while they're still wet. The same time you do that, if you have this function on there, you can clean out this track. Some of them have a water trap in here that you'll clean out also. Your instructions will be on there on how to do that. You can also actually ask your unit and it specifically tell you how to do your unit. There are some people that can do these for you. Having them cleaned by a professional isn't a cheap option. We typically suggest that you do it once every 2 years. Makers are saying once a year to once every season. It just depends on you. We'll go back to the AC unit now while this is dry. So now what we're going to do while the AC is draining, getting cleaned with the cleaning spray, take out our chopsticks. Take out a piece of paper towel. Fold the paper towel up. And then take your chopsticks, put your paper in there like that, and then spin it. And what you've just done is made a cleaner that can get into places that you can't. I'll use the rubber bands to help hold the chopsticks together so that it's not bouncing all over the place and stuff like that. I don't have to worry about losing them. Chopsticks will help hold the paper in place. So now that we've got the chopsticks set up, we can come back to the AC unit itself. And inside where you open the louvers, you can clean your louvers with this. You can also get inside where you couldn't reach before and clean. You get all that cleaned up inside there. You drop your trash in there. By then, this should all be drained out. You clean off any residue that's on there. Close your louvers back up and clean up over there. Clean it up. We're going to replace our dry filters now. Back in, make sure they click into place properly. Lock them back down. The other one in the track now. Hold on a second. Just slide it back in there. Lock it in place. Put this back in the way you took it out. Reverse it back out. And then make sure you lock it back in. Close this, and you can replug in the AC unit. Remove your bag, and you throw this trash away. So now the AC is clean, it's back to good to go. Use your remote, and right now we're in a colder period, so we want to use the heater. We'll set that up. We're at 25 and let it cycle through. So it'll take a little while for it to cycle. If for some reason it doesn't cycle, you're not getting the air to flow, turn it back off. Unplug the unit one more time and then remove your batteries. You need to remove the batteries from the unit. And you let it all sit for 3 to 5 minutes and then come back. Let's do that. So it's been a few minutes now. We'll go ahead, we're going to replace the batteries in the remote. The AC unit would have been replugged back in, and then you could hit your heater section again. It'll open up and it'll start blowing air. If it was cleaned properly, it'll be a really good smell comes out first because the cleaners push through the system, and then that smell will die down, usually within an hour or so, depending on how much of that spray you've actually used and how much you've actually gotten out of the system. You might actually see some dripping also, where the air is forcing that water out. It's not uncommon, it's normal. Just wipe down the system as you see it. You'll see little fluorescent like that. Just final cleanups. So now that all of that's running again, we've got it back to work. We'll go over the settings. So the cleaning we just did is the one you want to do in between each season. There's a weekly cleaning you do where you just clean the filters, or if you've got a newer unit, you'll see internal cleaning. You'll push this one, hold it for 2 seconds, and then the system will cycle itself. It'll clean up. It's a good basic cleaning. Doesn't really need anything else. If you do that, then the following week actually pull the filters and clean them. So you can cut your cleaning time down in half basically. On everybody's remote, they're going to be a little bit different, but you're going to have the same type of settings. You'll have AC, heat, dehumidifier, and this is just like an air vent. This is off, and then this one's automatic. It'll set it for you. Dry settings are typically going to be, I don't know if you can see it or not. In this one, it's plus minus settings. You see that it's ambient air temperature. So it's 1 degree warmer, 2 degrees warmer, or 1 degree cooler, 2 degree cooler, so forth and so on. Be careful using the dehumidifier setting in the summer, because it will cool the room down no matter what, plus all that moisture. So you can get condensation built up in the walls, which is going to cause mold. That's the one thing you really want to keep away from in the summer. Your other settings that you're going to have on here are going to be your louver and your wind speeds. So the louvers are here on mine, wind speeds here on mine, and you have a bar graph inside. Typically, if you're not sure what you're doing or how to use it, setting them up so that the automatic, this kanji comes up here in the bar graph. You just let them do it themselves. You'll also have timers for off on timers. On timers will look like 2 legs walking. The off timer is going to look like a guy sitting down with his knees up, taking a rest. And you'll have a cancel button for that. What that does is you can set the timer in however many hours it'll turn itself on, or however many hours it'll turn itself off. So typically we'll turn the units off when we go to sleep, and then you can have it open up an hour or so before you wake up. You know, you're going to wake up in about 8 hours. Set your on timer for like 7 hours. So it'll cool off the room or warm up the room before you wake up. We don't really suggest sleeping with these things on, especially in the summer with the AC, or in the winter with the heat, because the heat will dry you out. AC is it's basically the same as a car AC unit. So you can get a throat irritant and stuff like that with it. They're just not the best things to sleep with. A lot of people do it. So here's some more. You know, I said we had different types of remotes. These are some other ones that you'll see a lot. This one is for National. All of their settings are on the side. You'll select your settings from here. So this one goes automatic, heat, AC, dehumidifier. You'll select. And then you've got your timer again. You've got your wind speed, wind direction. Wind direction will look like a bullseye. And it'll all come up in your bar graph. Again, just set these. Your best setting is at the automatic setting, unless you really know what you're doing. This is another really common one. Again, your graph's here for which ones your settings are. Select here. This is your on-off button. and then your timers. All right. The big thing I see a lot of people doing is setting their AC really low in the winter, setting the wind speed really high, and then not paying attention to where the direction is, and the wind is hitting a wall, and that wall becomes molded. So just be careful and be attentive of where that wind's actually going. There is a section in here that you can pick on, a lot of them, where it's not just a set direction, it'll do swing. That setting's fine also. But having it permanently set at one section, aimed at the wrong way, can cause you an issue. There's, on these units, it's up and down. And then inside, you'll see a selector that goes left and right, but it's manually inside the louver itself. On these units, you have up and down and left and right. So depending on your unit, you might be able to select it through your remote, or you might have to actually go up to the louver and do it there. For any other questions pertaining to your specific unit, or how to clean it, how to maintain it, your best bet is to talk with your agent, and they should be able to give you advice on how to do that. If not, you can contact me. Hope this helps.